strange, isn't it?
What?
Seeing it so perfectly preserved in miniature after all these years.
Mrs. Renfield always took care of the professor's things. They were very, very precious to her.
And to us all. What are those?
Don't you remember?
Of course. How could I have forgotten? Every night, we'd sit around the fire at the campsite while Professor Renfield planned out the next day. Quentin, where were those markers when you took the model out of the box?
As incredible as it may seem, they were in exactly the same place they were the night before the accident.
Could you put them back? Do you remember where they were?
Oh, of course. Well, first off, Devon and Silas were here at the campsite. Then the professor was there at the detonator. And you and I were down here at the vantage point.
No. Don't you remember? He changed his mind when we got to the site. He told us to do the detonating while he stayed at the vantage point.
That's right. You're absolutely right. If Professor Renfield had stuck to his plan, then he'd be alive today, and I'd be dead.
No, Quentin. We'd be dead.
It would have been both of us who'd been killed.
Yes. We had a narrow escape.
I know.
Quentin, this is proof positive that I share equally in what happened that day.
So?
So I want recognition of that fact. And I also want the right to be a part of finding out whatever happened out there. Haven't I earned that right?
Why? Why? Because you overslept and failed to check the explosives on that day?
Quentin, you can choose to believe this or not. But I loved Professor Renfield. He was as much my teacher and mentor as he was yours. Oh, yes, I realize you had a longer personal history with him. But that doesn't diminish the feelings I had. That's another reason why I should be entitled to be a part of all of this. Plus the fact I was your partner 10 years ago on the original dig. Must I keep giving you good reasons?
No. No, Helena, you have a valid, very good reason for wanting to come.
Then let me. I'm as much to blame for his death as you are. And he inadvertently saved my life as well.
I realize that.
Then please, Quentin, please reconsider. I was your partner 10 years ago. Let me be your partner again.
Yes, I fed the baby, but I didn't have time to dress her. Could you do that, Mom?
Sure, honey. I'll take her out, too. What time do you think you're getting home?
Well, I've got class in the morning, and then I've got study at the library in the afternoon. So I should be home about 5 if you would tell Quint that if he calls.
I will.
All right, thanks, Mom.
Don't worry about a thing, honey. I'll be home all day. Okay? Hello?
Mrs. Reardon, this is Quint McCord.
Oh, hello. We were just talking about you.
Really? Is Nola there?
Oh, you just missed her. She's on her way to school, but she said she'd be home later this afternoon.
Would you, please, try to catch her? It's terribly important. I must talk to her.
Oh, well, I'll try. You just hold on, all right?
Right. Nola, you've got to be all right. Just got to be.
Quint? Oh, hi. I'm sorry to keep you waiting at being a long distance and all.
Oh, that's all right. Did you catch Nola?
No, I'm sorry I didn't. She was just pulling out of the driveway. I yelled and I yelled, but she didn't hear me.
What time did you say she'd be back?
Around sometime 5 o'clock, say?
Oh, so late. Where will she be then?
Well, she has to go to school, and then she's going to the library and study for a while. Why?
I miss her, and I just wanted to talk to her, that's all.
Mr. McCord, is there something wrong?
No, but I did want to make sure that Nola was being extremely careful while I was away from home.
Careful? How?
Well, I want to make sure that the house is locked at all times, you see, and instruct the servants never to open the door until they recognize the person.
Oh, we're being just as careful as we always are.
Yes, I said I was just making sure.
Hey, has something happened?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, is there trouble in Tanquir?
No, of course not. It's just that I'm far away. I can't help worrying about all of you.
Well, you don't have to. We keep all the doors locked. The only time we go out is if Nola's going to school or if I'm going to take the baby for a walk a couple times a day.
You said before that Nola was driving somewhere. You meant, of course, that Fritz was driving her.
Well, actually, no, he wasn't around, and she was in a hurry.
Mrs. Reardon, now, it is of the utmost importance to me that Fritz be allowed to drive you anywhere you need to go.
Oh, Mr. McCord, we're not used to being chauffeured around. It makes us feel kind of silly.
Mrs. Reardon, now, I pay Fritz to be a chauffeur, so please, it would give me great peace of mind if you used him at all times.
Quint, are you sure there's something you're not telling me?
No. But you see, you and Nola, the whole family, you're very precious to me. I just want to make sure that you're all right while I'm away.
Well, we're fine.
Is, Tony there with you?
No, he isn't. I guess you can get him over at company if you want to.
No, I tried there, and he's not at the boarding house either.
Mr. McCord, I sense that something is wrong. Why are you asking me where Tony is?
Please, Mrs. Reardon, don't think that. Just promise me you'll take care of yourself and Nola and the baby.
Okay. But I'm telling you right now, Nola's going to be very upset if she finds out you're keeping something from her.
I have to go now, Mrs. Reardon. Goodbye.
Bye, Quint.
Morning. Well, Leslie Ann ended up staying at the hospital all night, so, hey, the phone's ringing.
Yeah, I'll get it. Hit the lights, will you?
Hello? Tony, it's Quint.
Hey, Quint, how you doing?
I've been trying to reach you for hours.
I'm sorry, I just got here. What's up?
Helena Manzini is still in Tanquir, and she's already received several threats from Silas Crocker, which leads us to believe that he really means business this time.
What kind of threat?
Well, first there was a card telling her to leave Tanquir, and secondly there was a dinner tray delivered to her. Now, when she took the lid off of the plate, there was a poisonous tarantula there.
Tarantula?
Fortunately, the tarantula seemed as startled at seeing her as she was at seeing it, so I was able to throw the damn thing off the balcony.
Well, it sounds like something Crocker would do.
What about Crocker?
We don't actually think Crocker sent the spider himself.
Well, then who did?
Helen and I have checked with the authorities here, and they have no record of Crocker entering the country. That's not to say he didn't, though.
You don't think he's headed back here to Springfield, do you?
Now, who knows, but I just don't want to take any chances. Now, you know the security company that I deal with in Springfield,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
All right, now you call them and have them double the guards around the house.
Hey, do Mom and Nola know about this?
I couldn't speak to Nola. She had already left for school, so I spoke to your mother. Now, I told her to take every precaution, but I spoke in general terms. I didn't want to alarm her.
Yeah, well, Ma's pretty sharp. I'm sure she picked up something out of that. Look, let me call that security company, get those extra guards started, then I'll go over there and calm Mom down and Nola, too, when she hears that she missed your call.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Tony, why don't you tell them to send undercover guards to follow your mother and Nola at a distance so they won't know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I feel a little bit better now that I've talked to you. I have to go now. I have to get ready to leave for the dig.
Yeah, well, good luck. Take care of yourself, huh? Bye.
Tony, what was all this about Silas Crocker?
Helena Mancini got a letter from him when she got down to Tanquir, so.
Well, it must have been some kind of a threat if McCord's talking about extra guards at the house.
Nah, you know how Quint gets when he goes away. He gets a little nervous.
Well, come on, Tony. Don't give me the runaround. I don't like it. I mean, Nola and Stacy are alone at that house.
They're not alone. Mom's there, Fritz is there, the lady that does the cooking. There are people all over.
Yeah, a lot of good that's going to do if Silas Crocker all of a sudden shows up.
Where are you going?
I'm going to go out to the McCord house.
I need you here for this beer delivery.
Forget about the beer. I got to get my daughter out of that crazy man's house.